Your presence in that person's life should be a plus. It should be an addition. It should be a blessing. You were doing the qualities of a wife when you were a girlfriend. Trust that God will give you the absolute best. You want someone whose goals and vision is going to intertwine with yours. And you can be in a relationship with someone for 10 years, relationship, and you don't still know everything about the person. You want to get into a relationship, but the goal of getting married in the nearest future, okay, then this video is for you. Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're starting for the first time, you're welcome. My name is Jolona, and on this channel we'll create contents on faith and health, on nursing as well as makeup. So if these are the kind of contents you're looking out for, please do not hesitate to like, to share as well as subscribe to the channel. Some years back I was talking to a colleague of mine, and she was telling me that at that time the person she was in a relationship with, she genuinely loved the person and she wished so much that they settled down, but she was also hoping that that's the person that God wanted her to be with. And I remember asking her if she had prayed about it, and she told me then that she had not, but she intended to. And I told her categorically that the mistake she had made was she was already in a relationship with a person. Okay, and the issue with that is that when you're already in a relationship with a person, praying to God as at the time when you're already in a relationship with a person, the answer you will get might be clouded, okay, because love, sentiment, emotions will come to play. And if you are not sensitive enough, you will be hearing yes, even when God is telling you no. Even when God does a billboard showing you no, you will hear yes. But I told her that nonetheless, it's better safe than sorry, okay? If God should say no or yes, it's better you know before getting married than for you to make, that mistake, since marriage is a lifetime commitment. Some while back, I was prompted to talk about those qualities that moves you from a girlfriend or a boyfriend to a husband or a wife material. That being said, if you're in a relationship or you intend to get into a relationship with marriage in view, meaning you want to get into a relationship but the goal of getting married in the nearest future, okay, then this video is for you. Now I'm going to be talking about 5 qualities that moves you from a girlfriend to a wife, or from a boyfriend to a husband, okay? And these qualities are my personal qualities. They are not limited to these, okay? Every person can talk about their qualities, but these are just the ones I'm going to talk about in this video. So if that's what you're interested in hearing, please stay tuned. Now, the first quality I'm going to talk about is prayers. Back in the day, we used to sing a song, prayer is the key, prayer is the key, prayer is the master key. It really is the master key. In prayers, you're communicating with God. And communication is just like every other communication. You're sending a message from the sender to the receiver and you're getting feedback. So likewise in prayer, you are talking to God, sending a message across, and you're getting feedback from God. I know that as individuals, we have certain attributes or qualities that we desire, in our God ordained spouse or or wife rather, or husband. But nonetheless, I feel it's important for us to subject our desires to His will. The reason being, Bible says that God's thoughts towards us are thoughts of good, never of evil, to give us an expected end. So true, so true, so true, honestly. And so it's important that, in praying to God, you should give room for whatever your will is. Let it be, okay? This is what I want, this is what I desire, but let your will stand, okay? Trust that God will give you the absolute best. You are His daughter, you are His son, so He will give you the absolute best, okay? Let's take for instance, a guy walks up to a lady and tells you that he likes you and he would love to get into a relationship with you, with marriage in view. I would think that as a lady, you would, even if you have an answer, even if as at that time God had already told you the answer, you would say, please give me some time to think about it. Now, in thinking about it, among every other thing, you're going to pray. And the reason why this is important is for you to be a wife or a husband, You want a situation whereby you are married to the right person. The right person in terms of you have your vision, you have your goals in life. The person has vision, he has goals in life, and you want someone whose goals and vision is going to intertwine with yours, not someone who is going the left direction and you're going the right direction, be it as a man or as a woman. All right, that's why it's important to pray. Another reason why you should pray is because people pretend a lot. Okay, you can only know what I want you to know based off what I show you. Okay, if I don't want you to know certain things about me, I'm going to keep that hidden. So that's just a natural thing. Okay, and so someone can be portraying attributes to you or characters to you that are not true. It's only God that knows whether that person's character or attributes are true or he or she is just pretending. Finally, another importance of prayer is in the long run, as individuals, we change. Change is constant, and so we're constantly evolving. So, as a person, we do not even know how we are going to be in the next 10 years. That is why you can be in a relationship with someone for 10 years, relationship, and you don't still know everything about the person because the person himself or herself doesn't even know everything about herself. We change as individuals year in, year out, to pick up qualities, we drop some qualities, whatever the case may be. So it's only God that can tell that in 10 years to come, this James, this Cynthia, that your eyes are on, that your heart is doing like this for, this character or this quality that you so much like in her or him is no longer going to be there. And that 10 years to come, you don't have the attributes or the characters to be able to manage this person's new persona. You don't have what it takes to be able to manage the new person you are going to see when he or she changes or evolves with time in 10 years. Okay, so it is only God that can know the end from the beginning. 10 years from now, 15 years from now. That is why we call him the Alpha and the Omega. Okay, so it's important for you to talk to God first being prior to the onset of the relationship, so that when you hear yes, you know that God is saying yes. It's not your emotion speaking, it is not your heart speaking, it's not your friend speaking, it is God telling you yes. Because God is not man that should lie. Friends could tell you, oh yes, go for this lady or go for this guy based off what they see. Oh, the person is rich, the person is handsome, the person is tall, the person, she's eloquent, she has a good character, she can cook. Do you understand? But that's not what God is looking at. God looks at the heart, God looks at in the long run, and marriage is a long run. So it's very important that you pray prior to getting a relationship. That would be my advice. Prior to getting into a relationship, also so that you don't end up wasting your time, with the wrong person. Because the truth is, you could have the right qualities, right? You could have good, the right, godly, everything qualities, be it as a man or a woman. But if that person is not meant for you, the person will not see. That's life. That's why you see people who are in a relationship for 5 years, 6 years, they do not get married, only for them to go their separate ways and be in a relationship with someone for 2 days and they're already married. It's not necessarily because both of them had bad attributes or qualities, but because they were not meant for each other. That is why. So, and it's only God that can tell you all these, things I've talked about. So it's important you check in with God first before you get into a relationship. Now, it is upon this foundation that the premises of every other thing is built. Okay. The second quality I would love to talk about is discipline. Now, discipline is a training that develops in one self-control, orderliness, efficiency, and character. The Bible says that a man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. Okay, as an individual, you ought to be disciplined, whether you want to get married or not. Discipline is very important because it's important to set boundaries. It's important for you to have standards as an individual. That is what makes you unique. Okay, people are able to talk and say, oh, this person, once she says yes, that is yes. Once he says no, that is no. I'm not saying you should not be flexible. There are areas where you could be flexible, but there are certain things you should not compromise on no matter the consequences or no matter the situation. Because those qualities, those standards that that person is asking you to compromise on, come to think of it, if the tables were turned with that person, if he or she has set up that standard for himself or herself, would he or she compromise on that? Will he or she want a loved one or a sister or a brother to compromise on that? You should ask yourself that. It's very common nowadays to see guys lamenting because they're in relationship with a particular lady, and because they're in relationship with the lady, they felt the need to sponsor the person through school, sponsor the person's father, sponsor the person's mother, build house, do this and do that, only for the lady to get married to someone else. That's because you were acting as you were playing the role of a father, playing the role of a husband to the lady as at the time when you were in a relationship, when you were her boyfriend. Likewise, a lady who has swept, cleaned, mopped, washed, done everything for the guy, you were doing the qualities of a wife when you were a girlfriend. You are a girlfriend, act in that capacity. You're a boyfriend, act in that capacity. People that are married, they will tell you most of the times the people they got married to are not people that did all those some assaulting for them. That's the truth. The person you're most likely going to get married to is not someone that have done all those things for you. I'm not saying you should not help the person if you feel the need to, but don't do it with the mindset that, oh, I am doing this to this person I'm in a relationship with, or for this person I'm in a relationship with, the mindset that we are going to get married. Once I do this, she'll get married to me. That might not always be the case, okay? There are people that, irrespective of that, the person is not meant for you, you're only going to be a helper to that person. Okay, you are helping the person building foundation for someone to come and lay on, because you can be a boyfriend or a girlfriend and act in the capacity of that, still possess the quality of a wife or a husband without necessarily giving it out for free. Yes, you can. The next quality I want to talk about is being industrious. Now, being industrious means you have to be diligent, being hardworking, be devoted, and as an individual, it's very important you are hardworking. You don't have to be married first or in a relationship first. Wherever you find yourself, be hardworking. Do the best with what you have. Other people might not see it. That's between you and God. The Bible says that for every toil, there is profit. No matter how little, there's profit. So it's God that knows that this person is toiling, this person is working. You are not seeing it on a big scale or on a large scale, doesn't mean the person is not working. So just do your best wherever you find yourself. Any task that's given to you, try as much as you can to attend to it. Okay, avoid piling up things, avoid overwhelming yourself at the end of the day. Manage your time wisely, okay? Because that marriage you are eyeing is hard work, is devotion, okay? There's no person that will tell you that marriage is just, you have to work hard, even as a married person. You have 24 hours in a day as a single person. It's the same 24 hours you have as a married person. And as a married person, you have more responsibility. So you tend to work even harder, as a married person. One person will chase 1,000, two, 10,000. So it's expected that by the time you put in your all in all and all, as a single person, you're going to even do much more and achieve much more when you are married. Avoid procrastination. Avoid procrastination, because procrastination is the careless assumption that God owes you another opportunity tomorrow to do what He gave you the chance to do today. The fourth quality I want to talk about is be family oriented. And for someone to be called a wife or a husband, the person has to be married first, right? And that is starting a family. And I feel that if starting a family is important to you, then it should be among your top priorities in life. And if something is your priority in life, it's going to show in the things you do, the places you go to, the conversations you have. Now, what kind of conversations are you having? Are you in a relationship whereby you are asking, please take me out, let's go for lunch, let's go for this, let's go for that? Because marriage is not all about that. So what kind of conversations are you having in the relationship? What are you thinking about? Good, intelligent questions should be asked. What is your thoughts on finances? What's your thoughts on family, on a traditional wife? What is your thoughts on training kids? How should kids be disciplined? Do you think we should not discipline kids? Very important. The prayers you make, even when the person is there. You can pray in a person's absence, but the prayers you make when the person is there shows that this person is thinking in another light, okay? Remember that we have already prayed to God and God has said this is the person for us. So that is the reason why we're in a relationship with the person already. Now you're in a relationship with the person, that means you're going to get married to the person. You already know, isn't it? So you don't wait till marriage before you start praying for the person. Right from the relationship, you start praying. There are certain things you have to start praying about, and you don't just pray about it in the person's absence, because the person will not be aware. God is answering, but the person will not be aware that yes, this person is praying in that light. So you pray when the person is there. Oh, Father Lord God, I pray concerning James that you bless him, give him the qualities he required for him to be a good father, help him to be this and that. Lord, I pray concerning Cynthia, Lord, you bless her, give her the qualities to be a great mother, a great wife. You're praying this prayer in the person's presence. Very important. Where do you people go to? Are you going from one party to another? We are going from one relationship seminar to a marriage seminar, a marriage class. Very important. Because by the time you start doing all this, it's easier for the person to see you in that light. See you in the light of being a husband, see you in the light of being a wife, as opposed to when you don't do this at all. Finally, I'm going to talk about support. It is important to be supportive. Now, in support, you are motivating the person, the opposite person, right? Someone should be able to say that since this guy came into my life, there has been so and so growth, so and so development. It might not be physical, it could be emotional, it could be mental, whatever the case may be, but growth has taken place, development has taken place. There has been a positive shift in a good and greater direction. Your support should show in the prayers you pray for the person. And remember that these prayers are prayers that you make when the person is there, as well as when the person is absent. Also, your support should show in the things you say to the person, what you say, your words of encouragement, the ideas you spark off in the person's head. Your presence in that person's life should be a plus. It should be an addition. It should be a blessing and not a curse. So that when the person is down, he knows where to go to. Because you are the source of the person's happiness. And you make the person a better or best version of himself or herself. With that, I've come to the end of this video. If there's any question you have, please leave in the comment section down below. If you have any recommendations, if you like this video, please let me in the comment section below, as well as don't forget to don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not. And until I see you next time, bye lovelies, and God bless you.